Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D4X once again. This is a stream where I'm learning how to program with Godot and C Sharp at the same time. I didn't click my thing over here. And chat helps me out. I learn offline, but I've streamed almost 99% of any code I've written. It's really long. We're on 139 or something streams that I've done of this. I'm creating a 2D 4X game that's inspired by like the Paradox games, Dominions, Shadow Empire, basically any 2D 4X game that I've played in my life. And so that's what we're doing. It's open source. I don't know if I said that. I always type hello in here to make sure that this actually comes through and I can see chat, which it looks like I can. And today, what we're doing is, it dawned on me, so I've learned some new things. It dawned on me, not this work script, but this population AI script it's currently an instance. Okay, it's not an instance. It just runs through and does this stuff. Every hour zero, it runs through and does this stuff. But I think the better way to do it, and so it's actually right here. I guess it is an instance. It just doesn't have a way to connect to it because it doesn't need to be connected. But I think a better way to do it is to attach it to the counties. So that each county, which we can't see right now, well, I can't run it because there's too many bugs right now. One of the things I hate doing is when I'm done with the stream, having a bunch of bugs for the next stream, but that's happened the past 2 times because I've been doing some major changes. So I think what we're going to do though is move this script basically down to the counties. And we're going to have to regenerate the counties. And if I don't remember to do that, the whole thing is going to get all jacked up. So we have somewhere in here, our county scene. We'll probably stick maybe on here. Yeah, maybe in this county script is where we'll do it. This thing's pretty... What the fuck is this? As I learn more stuff and go and encounter old code. Oh, I see what this is. Wonder why I had to do this. So basically what this is doing is it's saying that this node is a node in the county data. So I'm guessing at some point we don't know what the node is, but we do know what the county data is, and we attach it to right here. We might want to get rid of this somehow. See if we can get rid of this somehow. This is part of my whole process, is just taking copious amounts of notes, and my music suddenly got really loud. I have music that you guys can't hear because it's copyrighted music, and I don't want to deal with that shit. So, let's see here. Let's fix these things first, because we need these to be able to, we need to fix. So we were working on work when I came up with all these ideas last time of how things should change. We're also going to change the banker. I don't know if we'll have time to get to that today. Hopefully we'll get to it this weekend. I only usually stream this on weekends. I added this word in here for this one. But I think probably, oh no, I'm not doing it that way. We'll probably change the work to a public class as well. I might be going a little hog wild on the public classes. And the one fear I have with these public classes is that if I put it on each county, they're all going to fire at the same time and they'll choke. I wish I could test that. But this isn't actually in use. We can just generate this and say, good God, that was slow. We can just generate this and put a print in here for now, just so it doesn't bug out. Give idle people bonus happiness, period. And complete. So this is where this thought process started. I was like, we were at the end of their day of work, and I was trying to figure out a better way to do this where they check for stuff. And so currently it hits the script and it just goes through every county and does these things, and it seems to be fine. But I was thinking if we have it do them all at the same time, and we can if it does choke, we'll have to have them fire at different times of the day, which isn't the end of the world. But we could also make it asynchronous. Let's comment these out though. I think we'll get back to this. We need to be able to build the thing so that if we have to do changes. So basically we jumped completely from last time where I was working on the end of work to this. Because sometimes there's going to be like 90% of this is going to be rewritten as I learn stuff. And it's generally someone in chat says, why aren't you doing it this way? And I say, I don't know what that is. Motherfucker. Okay. I've had this ongoing issue where you can click through this, and I thought that just happened. I'm just clicking around here, make sure things look right. We're not getting any bugs down here. All right, so that's fine. I mean, obviously we just broke work, but we'll get to that later. So let's go back to this population AI. So this won't be on here. This won't be a node, it will just be a public class. So I guess we could just do that. We'll get rid of these export things because they're not going to exist anymore. We'll have to edit it in the script. We'll get rid of this. We're going to break a bunch of stuff here. This is going to be quite... Okay, we can't subscribe, though, to events if it's a public class. Not at ready, at least. So let's do this. I think we can do this a different way. We'll get rid of all this stuff. And we'll go back to our county script, wherever that is. Oh, it's already pinned on here. And what we'll do, we'll put this here temporarily. We got our county data on here. These are all, yeah, let's put this down here. Select token, I wonder what that's for. I mean, it's obviously important, but why is it there? We're gonna do, no, a private. Yeah. We're gonna do a private population AI, and it's gonna equal new. And one of the questions I always have is like, for these type of public class things, should they be up here or should they be in their own little thing? What I mean by their own thing, like each method, like this hour zero method, should it be in here so that when that method's done running, it gets rid of it? And like, does this have and if you know the answer to any of my many questions, tell me in the YouTube comments or whatever. So if this population AI is created up here, it's just gonna sit here forever. I think it probably doesn't matter. It's not that gigantic, but even so. So we'll have a new population. And I think one of the reasons that you use these is so that because C# has a built-in thing to get rid of. I'm looking at the wrong thing. C# has a built-in thing to get rid of these whatever they're called. I don't know what that shit's called. All right, so we have a population AI, and this is going to fire at hour zero. This is attached to every county. So when the county generates, yeah, we're definitely we're gonna have to recreate these. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see if it implodes. So at ready, it will subscribe to these two different things. This is just for the first run. It has to subscribe. Then it's going to run this hour 0 every time. And so on hour 0, we need it to do, see, this is where we had hour 0 up here, which we don't need anymore. I mean, we could use this. We could just make this a public void. And then we could go over to this county and go population AI hour 0. That seemed too easy. We never unsubscribe from this. So this county thing is never going to leave the game until we stop it. But been getting this weird bug every once in a blue moon. I think it's related to that. We have this set on mobile for some reason. There's different renderers. There's a signal on exit. Let's look at that because I want to make stuff correct. You know, I want to do it correctly if possible. There's a signal we can put on here, tree exit, and we don't want advance on. We could go on tree exits, private void on tree exits. Unsubscribe from this crap. I think so. One of the things with these events in C#, like that they always harp on, is make sure you're always unsubscribing from them, and I don't always do that. We got to build it first, and I think that might be like bad programming. You know, bad form. We're gonna pick. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to regenerate these. Well, I guess we haven't really changed anything. All right, so hopefully these will unsubscribe from here. I guess we could just hit play and see what happens, right? We might need to regenerate the county scenes though. Oh, we do, because I put a signal on it. So I'm betting these other ones don't have a signal. Yeah, we got a debug thing here. Malfunction. Can I instance script because the associated class can't be found? Where is it? Tell me where this is. Return false. It doesn't tell me where this is. I think where it's going to be, though, is right here. We're just going to delete this. And then let's rerun this. This is going to cause, what we're doing today is going to just completely jack up my script. And we might even have to put it all the way back, or my game, that put it back. But this is part of my learning process. The more bugs I have, the more I learn. All right, that all seems to be working. Do we know if this thing ran? if this did anything? Do we have any print things? We do. Check for preferred work. So let's see if we see that. We can type it in here. It did not run yet, but I think I have to unpause it. Yeah, so that did run 200 times. At least there's 200 of these. Yeah, it's okay. So that worked. It runs through everybody. Tina is idle. So we could actually, the other thing we could check here is, where am I selected? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Hey, Lord Mac, how's it going? So that works surprisingly well and easy. I'm suspicious. Exactly, exactly, Lori Mac. I just moved this over from being uh, its own thing to the county level, and it was really easy. I really want to figure out why I'm doing this. Figure out why I did this. I'm just gonna keep my. There's another thing too. There's two of the same thing somewhere, and I really don't know why I did that. It is. It's very suspicious. Whenever that happens, it's like later on some catastrophe happens, and it's like I can't remember why. Like because this set up the catastrophe. Let's build something. I don't think this is gonna work though because we were like half done with. In fact, I know this is. Well, we'll see. I'm pretty positive this is not going to work because that was what we were working on last time, where they would end their scavenging never ends. Yeah, so that's the problem with that test. So let's run this one more time, and then we'll do the same thing with the banker. I actually changed the title of my thing because I thought I'd be doing this for 3 hours, and it took 16 minutes. All right, we got to put a thing in first here though. Whatever. Lumberjack station. And let's speed this up. Actually, it should tell us something already. All right, this person's unhelpful, which is why they're there. I mean, that worked. That. Wow, look at all of these checked. All right, I think there is something wrong here, though. Why is there so many check for preferred work going on? Bunch of research is happening. And this is the thing that I just threw at. That's under work, though. Check for preferred work happens here and happens here. Let's do this. I feel like our county isn't actually doing this right. Like it's only doing it on 2 counties, and it should be doing it on all 7. Oh, this is still set to go through every county. So that's that's partly one of the problems here. Yeah, so let's get rid of this stuff. We don't need it to go through every county now. All right, so it wasn't as easy as I thought. We don't need it to go through every county here either. This is the whole point of this. Okay, I think that's all of them. That's what I would think too, is that it's just doing the player one. Okay, so it needs a county passed to it, which isn't that hard because we could pass this in, and then we could go to here. We can do this. And what do you want? Go through each county? This is not a good name anymore. But then we can go county there. And this could be count. There's a lot of passing of stuff around. So that's going to go to there. Adjust population activity also needs a county that it's in. You know what? There's an easier way to do this probably. If we go, and then we go, and then we go like that. We'll just get rid of this. For each person in county, we got this stupid static thing in here that it told me I had to put in there. All right, I think that's all of them. Yep, nope. Oh, these all have. Go through each county. Check for work has a county in here. You have a county in here. You have a county in here. Get out of here, counties. Save. You have a county in here. Whoops. In Unity, they use lowercase y's and x's when you're doing the y and x access. In Godot, they use uppercase, and it throws me off every time. Now I'm traumatized when I see a lowercase y. Is why I was bringing that up. Not meaning to say why, but you know. All right, so that looks somewhat normal. Let's build this and see what explodes. Am I not in the county? Oh, I didn't save it. That's a problem. Do this again. And then, oh, you know what I should have done? And in fact, I'm going to stop this. Unless, I mean, regardless if we get bugs, I'm going to go over to here. And we're going to go to wherever that GD print is. And we're going to go squigs, county, county data, county name, and then we'll squigs it again. We'll put a thing here, and then we'll copy this over. I want all these GD prints to be spitting out what county is doing stuff. That way we can make sure that we are getting all the counties, and it isn't just the players' counties, which I think is what's going on. We should get rid of these other ones, these other prints down here. I don't need that crap. Man, I'm still playing a ton of Victoria 3. Definitely gotten my money's worth out of that game. Okay, I have paused it. Cowlitz did all this checking. Tillamook, Douglas. I think that's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so that it went through all of them for that. They're probably all set to scavenging now. Yeah, we can't, and they don't ever stop scavenging yet. So we got to fix that. So we got to put a county improvement in here. And then we got to unpause it. So this will only do like the computer should make county improvements. We can't look at them. So we got a Fisher's Shack. Is idle, is loyal, and is not unhelpful. That's nice and all, but we don't have a GD print in there telling, oh, here we go. The AI Faction 1 wants to build a Fisher's Shack. AI Faction 2, Fisher's Shack, and 3 wants to build a... All right, so we have it set that they don't have enough to pay to get the Fisher's Shack going. So this person, or this AI and this AI have enough, and this one doesn't. That was just part of the testing process. So I guess that's working now. Let's go up a little. Let's go for a day here. I see this idle workers thing changing. Oh, because they were all idle for a day. Yeah, I guess that's working. I mean, that's what we need to know here. And I can't tell if it like it's gonna be hard to tell if it lags out. Like I feel like it's not doesn't have enough data, but when we have 500 of these, they're all gonna be firing at the same time. I mean, the time I can't tell what the time, but we can have them fire at different times. Okay, so that is fixed or whatever. That was so quick. So let's change the banker to the same thing. Actually, let's go through these things and see what it wants. I hate these things. You want to be read only? Okay. Not ready only. You want to be read only? Looks like all three of these want to be read only, which is fine. These are just settings. These are like so we can change them easily for game testing. So read only is like so nothing is going to change this variable basically in here. This variable never changes, so it only can be read. You only can read the data, not write to the data. And these are just like I was saying, like if we wanted to change the scrap before they start scavenging, this is how much they have stored in that county. We would could just type in here. We could change this, but the scripts nowhere in the code is that getting changed. So it might as well be read only. And you want this to be static. Where is this? Oh, this is under work. I don't think this is gonna. I think it's wrong. We'll test this one at a time here. It's just more like so you could make everything public and everything not read only and etc etc. I'm knocking shit off my desk here. Um, but it's what happens is it's just going to cause problems later when certain things are editing or changing things they shouldn't be because the names are the same and stuff like that. Exactly. more. So I usually default to private, and then even like sometimes even if I'm almost positive I'm going to access it somewhere else, just because. All right, that didn't cause any issues, so let's do this one. I guess I didn't unpause it. And that's also why they have like the namespaces, is because you're supposed to be like compartmentalizing all of your code so it doesn't interact with each other accidentally. I like to name stuff big long things, but I noticed that I was playing a video game. I was playing that Mad Max video game recently, and I started a new game, picked my like car and whatever, and then I loaded an old game and I had done the exact same thing. So um, even though I might be working on two scripts with really long names for their methods, I might name them the same thing because that's just how my brain works. Oh, this is probably done. I run that little thing before SFC scan nav before I stream because it seems to help things. All right, so I guess that was fine with that static, and we will do this static. I opened up the county dictator because I couldn't remember what it was. And now I know. And I'm just going to unpause it. We'll run it at 8 for a second. Oh, it wasn't good. It wasn't. I didn't like it. Furiosa. It was very surprising to me that I didn't like it actually too. Because I liked Fury Road. And I'm a huge Mad Max fan. I wrote a big thing and posted on Discord because somebody asked. Okay, so this one can't be static. Yeah, so the county dictator could probably also be a, where did I just change that? That's under battle control. This one, we just gotta suppress it. It's kind of a bummer too that lots of people didn't like Furiosa because then it's unlikely we'll get that final Mad Max movie. We got to do this the dumb way now. It won't let me. Oh, I do have an update. We got to do this the dumb way here. Maybe that update will fix this. In the suppression file. And save that. Close my suppression file. Go away. And you. This is in work as well. I don't know if this one will be. You know, I was thinking about just Furiosa and Fury Road's or post-apocalyptic world, and they're like post-apocalyptic. Like it's the end of humanity. Like there's no coming back. There's they can pretend that there is hope, but I don't think there's any hope. I think it's done. I mean, the maggot farm alone, that's like one of their main food things. Yeah, the planet's dead, and one of their main food is like maggots from human bodies. That's not sustainable. Not even close. Um, and it's kind of interesting. I mean, I guess at the end of Fury Road, I don't want to give anything away, but uh, it's implied that there could be some expansion, but like, yeah, the planet's dead. The planet is toast. And those like there isn't even plants around, like little bushes and stuff. In like Mad Max 1, obviously there's stuff still around, but even in Mad Max 2, Road Warrior, there's like plants and shit. Uh, Thunderdome, plants. All right, these are all sets. So that we got rid of these dumb messages. So I guess the next thing, that was like the easiest start I've had in ages. The next thing will be to change our banker. We'll do the same thing with the banker. Get rid of this thing. And with the banker, it should even, we're calling a bunch of stuff for the banker already, but it should be a similarly easy thing. So I was thinking, how are we going to do this though? Because we have to attach this to, so we have the counties attached over there. What about if, for the bankers, got to be, I was thinking at the faction level, a faction level banker, hider node. What is this thing doing in here? Go in there. I think, is this a UI scene? This isn't. Where did I stick this scene? I think I lost it. Prefabs. We're gonna move this. Prefabs is no longer. I don't use that. That's like a Unity thing. Yeah, exactly. And it's weird too that I was reading something. I guess some comic book was put out by George Miller and some other people for like a prequel to Fury Road, but like way earlier, where he kind of tries to connect some of the movies together, and it's like if they're all connected, because I like the idea of that they're just these different stories told about the same Mad Max, and then Furious is like a separate thing. But if they all are all connected, then the downward spiral of humanity is really fast. It's going really fast of humanity and the planet Earth, and you could just say, well, they're in a big desert area, but I don't know, man. And then since I was playing the Mad Max video game too, that there isn't any plants anywhere. It's just all a dust storm and ships, sunken ships. Let me drag this over here from my prefabs. Yeah, and I was trying to, I couldn't remember, or I couldn't think of a better name to call these, but now I just put them in a scenes folder. To hell with it. Where'd my scenes folder? I went past it. Scenes. Okay. So, does this, where's my faction generator? I don't do it this way anymore either, but that's fine. I wonder if this got broken because I just moved this. Let's double check here. It did not. All right. So then what we're going to do... Why is that exported? I guess I wanted to be able to see it at some point. So what we're going to do now, if we have these faction nodes, I think what we're going to do is, let's open this up. It's basically the same thing. We'll attach to this code. Oh yeah, there's nothing in here. We're going to put a banker in here. So we're going to go private banker equals new banker, and then we're going to go back to our banker that we haven't opened yet. Hopefully we don't have to open that thing. Let's close as much crap as we can here. I guess I can click this button. No. What is it? It's right click this thing. The clock we might need. Roles we're probably not going to need right now. Here's the banker. We'll pin you. Select token, probably not. Maybe. Token movement. We probably won't need that. Oh yeah, we don't need that. Story event. Hopefully we don't need that. Skill data. We don't need that. All right. So here... we're going to need a ready public override ready, and we're going to subscribe to the clock, the same thing we did. Actually, no, we don't need to subscribe to the clock at all. This isn't clock based, I don't think. Yeah, this isn't clock based. We're going to get rid of this though. Actually, this whole thing's going to go, and this is going to cause a bunch of bugs, but that will tell us where we need to fix here. All right, so that's that. Oh, except we need to change this to a public class. And I guess we don't need system in here. Come on, bugs. Tell us what the problems are. I guess you don't have any problems. Oh, then back to here. Yeah, we don't need to subscribe to anything. Instead, I'm thinking how we're gonna have to build this. And we'll see what this is gonna be kind of. This isn't work. Maybe we don't need this to be part of the faction data at all. Let's just get rid of this for now. Or the faction node. The faction node is just so that we can look at something and see it in the inspector. So what we can do here though, generate. I guess on work we could put this private banker banker equals new, because we're going to need a bunch of banker stuff. So then this would just be banker. What's your problem? Oh, we got this stupid static thing again. Generate resources. An object reference is required. Oh, are you static too? See, this is these little things down here. This is it always wants me to make everything static, and I still don't quite understand what static does. I mean, I kind of do. It makes it so that it's static. Let's find these other bugs here. We got this one. I think this is the same one. Yeah. Let's go to here. This is in faction AI. So under faction AI, we could go. This goes through every faction. Faction AI probably needs to be switched over to this too. I don't know if I want to go that hog wild just yet, because I don't know the downsides to what I'm doing. Exactly, Lord Mac. I'm going to put in here, change faction AI to public class. This is my fear, is that I do all this stuff and then it turns out there's a major reason not to do it and I have to put it all back. So if I'm changing two, this will be like the learning experience. And I like I always say, I get all excited about something new I learn, and then it turns out it doesn't have as many implementations as I thought it did, and I used it all over the place, and I have to like roll like half the shit back. So probably, how many times are we doing it in here? Just this once. Let's put it up here. Banker equals new. Banker. Can you just tell me? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, program. I guess this could be read-only, because we aren't getting anything back from there. I have a feeling this is not gonna, well, we're putting in like counties and stuff. Before I put this static thing in here, I'm gonna build this one more time. I hope it's half. We only got 5 left here. Where's this? Build confirmation dialogue. We don't have any, so the big thing is you can't drag and drop nodes into an exposed, an exported variable, and this doesn't have any, so the yes button, banker equals new. I got so excited about events, and I tried to use events everywhere, and it turned out that that was not the solution for 90% of my problems. And I like took all this time trying to figure out like, oh, should this be an event? No. Okay, let's go back to this. I think that was that one we already did. County improvement. Man, I hate call deferred. We'll put the banker thing up here. And so I think with the garbage collection or whatever it's called, when this is done, this method is done, it blows away this thing. And so when I put it up here, I don't think it ever gets blown away, and I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. Recruit hero. This yes button does all sorts of, whoops. It's all sorts of shit. No. But yes, it is a meaningful process of learning. Whoops. And I tried to do the online classes for C sharp, but they're so boring, and I it's like it's nice that they're there, but it's not the way I learn, I don't think. Oh, right. Where is this? This is in the story event control. Yeah, I guess we'll just put it here. It just gets used temporarily, right? And I remember when I was doing tutorials early on, I would see this type of thing everywhere, and I'd be like, what the fuck is that? What is that? Why is that there? So I do watch the occasional in-depth video. That's a pretty common thing for me to do. And I feel like the first time I watch it, I only like I understand the outline, let's say, of what's going on, but to use it, and this is an example where um where I understand like the basics of it, but I'm not sure if I'm using it right, if I'm using it enough. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Cannot instant script because the associated class could not be found. So what it's complaining about is this thing over here. Bye. Whoops. Yeah, what's the thing that your brain, like their brain's got to write new pathways? That's what I think it's doing. Um, I don't dream about it and stuff, but I definitely have had the thing where I'm falling asleep and I'll be like, oh wait, that's how you do that, and it's not always what I thought was not always correct, because it's one of those half thought things. Okay, so that uses the banker and it gave us stuff, and this is all working. This is all going to way too. Let's go for faster. Okay, what was this? Oh, you know what? It's why this is just a big line, or this is a big nothing, is because they already have their preferred work and whatnot assigned. So this, like the first time they go through, maybe not. Oh yeah, here it is. So the first time they go through, and then it's going through the second time, but it's already been taken care of. So we probably should stop that at some point. I'm gonna put a note in because I'm gonna forget. Preferred work. Uh, check for preferred work. Check to see if preferred work is already assigned so it doesn't do it do it every day. I'm going to have some sort of slowdown on running stuff all the time. Optimization, there's the word. All right, we did this. Whoops. That was strange. We did this. That's done. Look at that thing moving in the background. Come on, GitHub. Then this thing is done. Oh, look, it's moving again in the background. What? Okay. Um, go away. Go away. Which issue did I just close if it wasn't that one? Okay, now this thing isn't scrolling around in the background, but look at my cursor's a little closed hand. Let's refresh this page. Something terrible just happened. It's still okay. There we go. I guess it's a closed hand when it's over any of. No, and now it's an open hand. We're fine. Now it's a pointing hand. I guess that was just a broken hand. So that was it. That was the whole thing, and it's only been 50 minutes. All right. Well, if you're so we can go back to this work thing. Maybe we should convert work. Work is also an instance, and it's sitting here. And instead, once again, we could have, oh, we got a banker inside the work thing. I wonder how that works. Like, if they're inside each other. But we can convert this and then have each county do it on its own as well. And we probably should since we're here, since we're doing this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Ready won't work anymore, but that's okay. Did I get rid of this in population AI? No, it never had it. Let me pin this thing. Financial shenanigans? Yeah, this isn't like a personality, baby. We should have that. Some sort of corruption. Let's see here. This ready's got to go. And that means all of this has to go. But I can't control X these things out of here. So because I got something on my clipboard. You know what's funny is I've been trying to use all the different short hotkeys in various various Microsoft products just because I've been using them so much in Visual Studio and none of them work. And I'm always like, what's going on? Why doesn't this work? And it blows my mind that they don't have some consistency across, like hitting here and doing Control C and you get the whole line. It doesn't work anywhere but in Visual Studio. All right, so we're going to need... So under work, we have something that fires at the beginning, generate leader influence. I think the banker should do that. I guess me cutting that didn't do me any good. I want this. Yeah, I think the banker should do that. This is private, static. I don't think you can be private. You could be static, maybe. I don't think so, though, but we'll see. We'll find out right here. This is at the faction level, too. When was I doing this? This is just at the beginning of the day. Let's put this... Let's go back to our faction node here. And we'll do... Ready, we will subscribe. What do I have on my clipboard now? Generate. Okay, that's been moved. Where was that? County. Cut this thing. Where's my faction thing? So it's gonna do this. And we need to do that exit tree thing. On tree exits. Why is this green? Whoops. Want a copy of it. I wonder if I could just write this in here. I've never done an on-tree exit thing. I'm just going to put it in the other way. It is, it is because there's so many different types of corruption too. There's like people who just don't do any work to versus people who are stealing, who are giving jobs to their, cronyism. There's like corruption is pretty universal. Not universal. Oh, we gotta delete this one. Uh, Dramatically different, I guess, depending on what's going on. So this day's start, we had, I guess I deleted it. We're just doing the generate the thing here. So under faction, we're gonna need a banker. We'll put it on here. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. This should be void. That's the problem. We need to have banker, new, banker, generate, leader. I bet you it's because the static is here. It is totally nepotism, definitely. So at day start, it's not. We don't want it to fire the first day, but every day after that. Uh, and there's some. Well, the modern concept thing definitely that's a good point too. And there's also some places that like they can't operate without corruption because they've been corrupt for so long. Like it's built into to their whole thing. Like um, so this is going to also. So this is where we're gonna do the work, 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 work. I saw it was in there. Oh, the one thing that, yeah, this is all gonna be all fucked up. Um, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's still corruption, but is it, if it's acceptable corruption? So workday over for population. Oh, these are all private is the thing. This is private. We actually don't want, this is under county. Yeah, we don't want this thing to do this anymore. We'll do this. We'll do public. When I took all those anthropology classes too, like one of the things, a lot of, that what they would say is that like you can't really judge a country or a culture for stuff. Like you can't, like if they had slaves, it's obviously bad, but you got to like know a lot more about what's going on. Um, and so I guess we're gonna pass in a county here. And so like you can't just say like, oh, corruption's bad, so obviously we need to get rid of it. And you want to get rid of corruption, but you also got to find out what's behind it, what else is going on. You can't just be like, yep, we'll just get rid of it. It's like things are more complicated than we're gonna have a private county. Basically, we're doing the same thing we did a second ago. This county equals county, and then because the county is being passed in. Oh, this has that stupid static thing. And so, like, that's why there's also, like, with anthropology, you gotta live there for at least a year. This is passing in county data, which is strange. But it's not giving us any errors. This is going to be work. Count. This should be in its own method. Where is this at? Population AI. We'll do it up here. I didn't look, I only played the meow, the meow, that was EU4, right? I only played that very briefly because it was like overwhelming with stuff I didn't want to learn. Workday over for population. I was trying to bring this to run this other thing here. This workday over for population. And we need to pass in this though. And state corruption that has something of, well, I mean, it's got to like expand out, right? Local level, and you can tackle the local. I don't know. It's corruption's gonna be hard to program in there. Like everything is gonna get more and more convoluted. We need to put this down here. And I wanted to put that on tree exit somewhere, and I typed it in. What did I do with it? Where was that? That was under faction AI or faction node or whatever. We need to link this. Our faction node here. We need to have on tree exited. Oh, we gotta build this first. Gotta build it. Oh, I'm gonna take a break too. Loyalty to the state. So there's definitely me. I already have the loyalty to the leader, but to the state is which is similar. It's not. Did that finish? I guess it did. We will pick this one. We will connect it, and hopefully this will work. I can already tell that there's some stuff that we need to change. Like this is, well, this is not a good example. Um, one of these things. Basically, we're pointing at something that go like this. We're adjusting all this stuff. Go through each county is getting around in population AI. We're running hour zero here. We probably should not be running at hour zero. We should be running each one of these individually. Because I would bet we might want to break these apart at some point. This is also a dumb name. This is now a dumb name for this method. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me throw this up. Let me pause my music. Iggy Pop in the background that you guys can't hear. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let me start my music that you guys can't hear. Let me go to OBS and turn off my break timer. Reading chat. Yeah, that's a good point because your faction, like at the beginning, it's like an anarchist community, but you could totally turn it into like a fascist community. Well, community is a weird word for that. A fascist state, and then it would be different. Like it might be okay, and you might attract people who think it's okay. And especially if I ever get the horde mechanic going, where you're like a biker gang moving around, um, your ethics might be totally different, and the people who join you might be totally different. I really want to get that working at some point. Obviously, that's like 100 years from now to having a horde mechanic, but it'd be great. Uh, so let's see. What was I doing? We made work work. I think. Let's test this some more. Uh, I guess I already tested it to there. Let's rerun this just to make sure, because we got bugs. I think I was having this. Maybe we want this on tree exiting. I think I was having this bug before, which is why I stopped doing it. Let's see. So that was under faction AI. It never exits. Oh, it. Okay, so the faction node is happening too quick. I think that's okay. So this is why it's null, is because it never subscribed in the first place. So the faction node is the problem. Uh, so the faction node gets generated here, but the clock, I guess it goes up. We could just move this to here. That's why these are all easily little movable things. But I feel like the clock has to be. I feel like this order was already set. Oh, now it's worse. Yeah, the clock has to be here. It could be. We might have to. No, the faction generation is generated ahead of time. It's up here. This does go down if I remember correctly. Is it saved? Everything's saved. We can just go save all here just to make sure. I wonder if this just isn't happening fast enough. Well, let's look at our clock. Before bed, workday over. Which one are we firing here in our faction AI? Our faction node. Maybe it's having actually. I think this is happening too fast. I wonder if I can do this. Call deferred. Subscribe. Oh, name of. We'll put a name of in here, and then I'll create this subscribe private void subscribe to events. Or it's possible, because this ready didn't exist, Now it should be. And then we'll put this down here. Whoops. I just hit Control L. I don't know what that does. It used to stop my stream, but I got rid of that hotkey because I accidentally hit it once. I need another one of these guys. Okay, let's see if that changes what's going on here. Changes, fixes. Oh, you know what I didn't check for was the version here. Yeah, that was the problem. It was happening too fast. All right, well, let's unpause it, see what else we get here. I'm just gonna let it run for a little bit. We'll look at some resources. We'll click some, is that running in the background? This didn't pause? This didn't pause when I opened this thing? What is that thing called? The resources? Let's fix that. Resources panel. Just fix it now. We're doing so many little like changes and shit. Just fix this stuff. Just fix the bugs. I'm always complaining about bugs. Resource panel container. On visibility change. Yeah, we don't have any pausing of time. We have the controls going. This should probably be changed to something too. This is under the clock. Pause and unpause. And I think we want this over here. No, it updates whenever you open it, but it's it's supposed to pause the time when you open it. I think that's all we need to do. Let's run it here. Hey. Yeah, there's nothing going on here. Subhadeep, I'm sure I said your name wrong, but how's it going? All right, that worked. It just, I didn't have that code in there. I wish I could automate that somehow, where it just always knows if anything opens. I guess I could put it in the clock and then drag and drop that, but it's the same thing, but just in a different spot. Okay, so this thing thinks it should be static. So let's, both of these think they should be static. I don't believe it. Hop in YouTube. What type of stuff do you normally watch? I myself watch a lot of video game stuff, yeah. We need to go back to this banker. Fixing our banker here. We gotta suppress this air. Go away. Go away. All right, don't go away. There we go. Oh, we can't do it that way. We gotta do it the dumb way. Suppress. In file. Save the file. Close the file. We're probably gonna have to do that again here. I'm gonna put this here, but I'm 99% sure that we need to just suppress that thing. Yep. Just gotta suppress it. We gotta wait. And we gotta do it the dumb way. Hopefully this update down in the corner. I should have done the update while I was on break. Whoops, not change signature. I am learning as I go. So I also don't know that much. Okay. There we go. So we got rid of those things. Man, everything's going so fast today. Let's click around a little bit here. Something is happening. I was able to unpause it. was able to do something when this was open. I pushed space. Yeah, I'm able to unpause it. I thought this had a thing in it. Resource panel, where you at? We were just looking at you. I was hitting space bar. Did I close it? Where'd you go? Resource data. Nope. Oh, there it is. Nope. Oh, I saw it right as here it is. Maybe this needs to be down here. Let's try this. You're a CS major. What type of computer science stuff? Okay, unpause, hands off the thing. I think this is part of the issue. That popped up after the other thing, so let's do this. Hardware. I think hardware is the most difficult part of computer science. All right, so I unpause it and immediately open this, and that seems to work. But can I unpause it? It's not saying that keyboard has been pressed, so that seems to be. All right, that doesn't work, which is what we want. We want it not to work there. I think that was just in the wrong order. I was able to like push pause while the controls were. There was like a split second there, and it just happened to be there. Software development. Are you thinking about getting a job in that, or is it just hobby? I mean, I know you're going to school for it, but I originally took some. This was 30 years ago. Took some computer science classes. All right, so that's fixed. Population AI is over here because we got to still finish these. Oh yeah, like a bunch of these changed. I forgot about that. Like this one, this happiness has an I and the other one had a Y. Okay, so now we can go back to this thing, which was all of those changes were just basically to get to here. So work, now this thing is getting fired. This thing is getting fired by the county when the workday is over. Complete scavenging per person. Okay, here was what we were working on. That's pretty much how it is in the US too. I mean, I don't have a college degree, but it was many years of working shitty jobs. We were talking about corruption and nepotism earlier. I got a job. It was not nepotism, but it was cronyism. My friend got me a job. And I think I do a good job at my work, but you know, I guess that would be considered corruption because he got me the job. But and I've been doing IT stuff for 10 years, and that's vast improvement. And it's a lot of IT guys don't have a college degree. Generate scavenged resources. So is this actually doing anything? This should be updated with canned goods instead of vegetables. 5 should probably be a global int. All right, well, okay. Yeah. So if we do this, and we should, yeah, I worked at Kinko's, which is a FedEx office, which is like a copy machine place. I always got to enunciate copy because everyone thinks I'm saying coffee, where you made copies for people. This is me handing them some copies. Terrible job, poorly paid, corporate scumbags run it. Not originally, but later on. And definitely would have skipped that stage if I'd ever gotten my degree or gotten a degree in anything. So let's add in a new resource. This is going to cause all sorts of chaos. Do I want to do that? Let's not do that just yet. I don't want to. I've already had enough possible chaos today. We should probably put this though up here. Daily and daily generated daily scavenged food equals 5, and private int daily scavenged scrap. Nope, we're calling it remnants now. Remnants, except that's not how you spell that. Yeah, it is. The faxing thing came up again. Somebody was like, my fax machine doesn't work. Remnants. Is that how you spell it? Okay, remnants. Remnants. But with a capital R. Daily scavenged remnants. And we're going to put that here. I can't believe how poor my spelling is, even after all of these years with this. I think I have a learning disability or something. Okay. What do you want to make read-only? Yes, we do want this to be read-only. Read-only. All right. So those numbers are fixed, but what does this do now? We have a 50% chance of adding a resource to a county, and we have a 50% chance of what is this? Oh, this is the perishable thing. So scrap or food. So is that even happening? Let's see if that's happening. Because it should be. But I don't know if I'm even calling that. And I don't think I am actually. But it should be easy. We should just be able to look at this, and then this was what update. Actually, do we have this thing set to update? Doesn't look like that's working. Oh, wait. I take it back. It is working. Yeah, there's a bunch of people scavenging. Except it should be way more than 5. All these people are scavenging way more than 5. Assassin, I assume you're sub hot deep. I know I'm saying your name wrong. Once again, sorry. So what is this thing doing? How often generate? What are we doing here? This should be happening per person for each county population in the county population list. If their current activity is scavenge, then they generate this. But this is only happening once. I mean, unless we had... No, there should have been tons more. Because there's all these people scavenging. And then we only got 5. If random number equals 0, vegetables, scrap. Let's look at the resources there. Maybe there's something else going weird. Nope. Nope. Huh. This should say storage. This should say max perishable storage available. I mean, I wrote it, and I wasn't sure what that meant. Joker, how's it going? We were talking about college degrees. Do you have a college degree? It's computer science and college degrees. Where was that? This is my resource panel. Max perishable storage available. Max non-perishable storage available. I don't either. I do wish I had got a degree. I don't know in what though. Probably I would have went with anthropology. Okay, so what is causing this not to run for every person? For each county, so in county generate these resources. And now this is getting fired though from here. I wonder if I can look at this somehow. This would be Portland. Ants don't have paws. So each time this happens, I'm going to put a GD print in here because it should be putting at GD print county. Let's do it this way though. It should be doing this a bunch. County population is generating resources. But I'm actually going to move this. I want this in here. Oh, except we don't know the county population here. Yeah, and actually that doesn't matter. All right, save that. We just gotta wait a couple of days here. I don't know, what is college cost in India? We want these people to all be scavenging. We'll do this here. This is 0, 0. Yeah, they're only getting 5. Do we know the name of somebody so we can look them up? Not you. I guess it doesn't matter. Nicholas James. Whoops. Good old Nick here. I didn't put in their name. It's just going to be a big line of gibberish. Big line of gibberish. Okay, they're all in scavenging. And we got the 5 up there. You know, it's crazy though. Not crazy. I hit stop, but it's gonna say 0 up there if you don't have anything selected. So let's put a note in to have this fixed too. The upper resources in the top $115 US dollars for mid college. Is that a lot of money in India? In the top info bar for like a for like a 4-year degree, like whatever similar. Um, in the top info bar, it shows 0 resources if a county isn't selected. Probably need to change something about that. And I think I have a top info bar thing. I'm going to move this over here. I know I put top info bar. In the issue. Tooltips, we haven't done any of that. Top bar. This isn't what it's not. Whatever. All right, so back to this thing. It's only running once. Oh, we didn't see if the person's name was here though. Yeah, college in the U.S. I don't know if Canada, jokers in Canada. I don't know if Canada's the same way. It's gotten really out of control for degrees. So when I was, I would do 2 years with a AA degree first before. Yeah, they only get 5, but then they also don't seem to ever get 5 again. Like it should be every day. It should at least be going up by 5. So here's the problem. This is just making it equals 5, I bet you. It sure is. Wait, plus equals? Yeah. It's not, it wasn't adding it on, it was just making it 5. So they used to have something called the governor's grant, if I remember correctly. And they basically would pay for your associate's degree to go there, like you would pay for your college, not like your room and board and all that stuff. But it would, so you could get your AA, and then you would transfer to a 4-year college. So your first 2 years would be an AA associate, whatever it's called. But in like a crappier college, then you would transfer to one that was better. Okay, so we have that there. Look at this. These people got a lot more food. Okay, so that also didn't update when the day ended. Oh, we got to wait till 5 o'clock. It should. All right, so the other problem we got here is that though this number is updating, if we're selected, it's not updating every time it changes. So there's something else going there wrong. So what we need to do. How am I updating this at all? Oh, do we have, I guess we have government. I guess they're like state colleges. Those are government run. Private colleges are really expensive in the US, at least from my understanding. So how are we updating this top bar? Because it's wrong. One of my ex-girlfriends, I was always like very confused by how she never had any money. She was paid like a lot more than me, and she just never had money for anything, and it was all debt, mostly from college. And it blew my mind. Like one day I was like, "Can I look at your like bank account to see why you don't have any money?" Car payment and college. And then also she was paying the minimum on a bunch of credit cards because that's all she could afford. So they basically had her like trapped into like a never-ending debt cycle. Um, so on the top bar control, update top bar with county resources. This is public. We must be calling this. This one I think should be an instance. Maybe it doesn't. Joker, do you know when you're supposed to use instances and when you're supposed to use the other thing? The other thing being the public class thing? I don't know. Um, she might have been better off going into bankruptcy. There is some stuff that you no longer can claim for bankruptcy. I think she was able to get out of it. She got married and stuff, and I think they worked it out over time. But it's still like pouring tons of money. Um, so on Ready, this oh, I see what I got going on here. So this is kind of the old way it was set. So there's a whole issue with that top bar. That being part of what I was talking about. If you don't have anything selected, it's going to show 0. And we currently can't close this. So once you've selected a county, you never can not be selected on a county. So these events are for when the faction stuff changes, not when the county stuff changes. So there's county level resources. Um, county level resource. Sorry, Assassin. I know you told me that you were doing CS, but did you say what type of stuff you wanted to do in it? Software development. Yes, software development is what you said. That's the way to go, I think. That's the thing that people, until AI takes over. um, so that we have to look at the county data. And these are dictionaries. So when am I changing? When am I changing the? We could make this like a dictionary with an uh, event in it, like we did those ones a while ago. Um, but it's getting updated somehow. I guess it's each time I click. It's the clicking of the county that updates it, which is not here. It's going to be under player controls. How did I do that? Because we might want to rewrite that or just use how I was doing it. Player controls. Update top bar with county resources. Well, so currently I feel like AI is just a good helper. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's going to take my, well, I do IT as in help desk type IT, but I don't think it's going to take my job. But I also don't think it's that useful. It's useful as a helper in programming. It's not useful as in like it's going to do the programming. I think we're many years away from that. Yeah, so that I use it a lot for asking it questions. I'm like, what is this thing? Actually, I do that all the time where I say like, why are you doing this? Or what is this thing? And it will 90% of the time explain it very well. Um, So you know what we can do here is, this is going to kind of suck. I didn't think about this level of suck. So on add resources to county, we know the county. Where was this thing I just copied? It's a top bar. And this is scavenging. So this should, the AI should be doing this too. So we would have like another if at the end of this. If globals.instance.currently selected county is equal to county, then we would put this thing here. Is that gonna work? Okay, let's see here. And I think Chat GPT, that's what I use, is pretty good. I was trying to think, I asked it some question the other day and I was like, it was not responding correctly. I forget what it was though. And I feel like I actually told it like, you're wrong. Okay, so this is now going up with this selected county. And so is this one. All right, so if this is the selected county, I'm going to put a note in there because I'm going to wonder what the fuck this is later. I'm going to be like, what is this? Update the top bar if the player has a county selected. There we go. And that, forgetting things. I was talking about this the other day, like a couple of weeks ago, about ChatGPT forgetting stuff. And that happened again, even though I got the upgrade to 4.0 or whatever. I forget what I was asking, though. I'll never be able to find it. But yeah, as the conversation went, it would forget. It also posts the wrong. It also regularly tells me this one thing, like this right here. Yeah, this is wrong. And so if I fix it and then I post the code back to it, it will put this back in. I guess it's not wrong, but it's supposed to just say, it's supposed to be a bracket, not a new thing. And it's weird that it won't remember that. This is right. And I can tell it. I can say, don't do that. Do it this way from now on, and then it will forget, like in a few things. All right, so we fixed that one little quick issue there. That's a whole different thing going on there. If they are scavenging, they should check to see if there's other work. So this is like the crux of the whole thing that caused this whole thing to happen is, so after they're done scavenging, every day they should be checking. So we generate the scavenged resource. What time is this happening? This is the one bummer in not having this in the code, is I don't know what time it happens, but I think it's at 5 o'clock. So it generates the resources. Then we wanted to check for enough food, which who is doing that now? Is it the banker that does that? Check enough food. It is the banker. So this is going to be easier at times. Where was this? Do we got a banker started here? We do. But this, we need to have this. This is going to return, oh, it's private. No, it's not. It's we got to return a bool. So it's generate those resources, and then we have to have if check enough food is equal to false, then we need to do something else here. What's your problem still? Oh, does it have this dumb static thing in here? Where are you, banker? Oh, we have to pass in a faction. That's not right anymore, though. We're no longer using this faction amount. It's always we're gonna be using, man, that changing to have county level resources and faction level resources really throws a wrench into stuff. We want this to check the county. Yeah, this is wrong. That means that this. Well, I guess it is just enough food. So if we got to think about the overall how this works. So if there's food in one county and there's not enough in this county, we still want them to try to fix that. And it's checking that. So if we have like a caravan that's going back enough and it's bringing enough food, that will still count. So but if the faction, yeah, so it needs to be checking. I'm gonna put a little note at this. Needs to be checking county level food storage or food. All right, so this is wrong. Well, we need to put this as a county, and then this should be. We need to somehow. We need to add up all of the food that's in there. Do we actually know that already? We don't. rating rating is, I totally have like a whole plan in my brain for rating to have, like, you could go next door and rob them. Corruption, not so much. Espionage, like where they're slowly sliding things over. It's weird. I was reading that the U.S. is secretly given permission for the Ukrainians to use the weapons that we've given them to strike Russian soil, and I never even thought about that. The stipulations you would give um, to giving the weapons, like it seems like a weird stipulation where you'd be like, yeah, but you only can do this on your own soil, but I guess it makes sense. Um, so what we have to do is we have to count. We need to do some. Do we have this already? We need to have like a food counter or a resource counter, and I feel like I did that. Count a resource type. I mean, that's obviously what a banker would do. They're in accounting things. Maybe it shouldn't be a banker, it should be an accountant. Uh, um, count. Oh, this is going to bring up a bunch of that. Maybe I don't have a resource counter, but we should. So let's put it in. It needs to be in here. So we can have a public void count resource of type. And then we're going to need all enums Resource county resource of type, and then we're going to need this to go here, and we're actually going to return an int, and we're going to return for each resource we're going to have to pass in a county here too. For each resource data, in county perishable. What the fuck did I call this? County. Oh, it's under county data. County data. Perishable. All right. Why are you upset about county data? Because this should be a capital D. Perishable resources. We're back to that thing, the dumb thing. The dumb thing where I have two lists. If resource data county resource type equals type, then go up here. I don't know what your problem is. Oh, it's because it's a it's a whatchamacallit, a dictionary. Amount. Amounts plus equal resource data amount. Now we got to fix all these problems. Oh, we got to return this too. County resource type. Speaking of ChatGPT, I think I got to do that thing. That thing being where I say like key whatever. I want a new thing here. C#. How do I do this correctly? I think it will just know. It'll be like, oh, wait, do I have any equals in here? Oh, well, that's one problem. That's one issue. County.county.data.perishable resources is a dictionary. Let's give it a little bit of help. Values is really? Use of unassigned local, you're going to start out as 0. And then we're going to do this exact same, this stupid to-list thing. Why did I do this to myself? All right, so it's going to go through all of the county data for the, or all of the perishable items, and it's going to add the amount to here, and if they equal the same type, so we got to put in the type. That's public, so why did I write this? Because I needed over here, we needed in check for enough food is what we needed for. Check for enough food, where are you? Banker, check for enough food. We need to count the stuff here. That's not what I wanted. Count resources of type. County. This is going to be this county, and we need to put in type. Oh, but if it's a county resource, this is wrong. So let me think about this for a second. We're doing it. This is the county level. We need to know if it's enough food. So we actually need a county count faction resource type, and this is going to be a faction. And do I have these resources set up right? I think I do. I think I do. Where the fuck are they? Graphics. I can close these graphics down. Resources. Resources. Yes. All right, so this should be a faction type because we want to get all the food. I wish this IntelliSense or whatever was a little bit smarter. I've told this story 400,000 times, but I'm going to do one more, 400,001 times. I tried out the GitHub, whatever it is, Copilot, and it was pretty terrible. Yeah, this is going to need to be the thing. We'll fix that in a minute, though. This is going to be all enums, resources, food. This is returning an amount, though. What is your problem? The name? Oh, because I renamed this. And they're an int. Check for enough food, and then we go here. If the amount of food is greater than equal to that. All right, so this is now check enough food in the county. Let's rename this. Check enough, just in case we ever want to know the faction food. Check enough county food. Then let's go back over to, whoops. Let's go back over to here. So this is for the faction AI, right? Yeah. Check for enough county food. Oh, this isn't going to work at all. This is all busted. Because of our other changes earlier. But that's fine. What is this thing's problem? Check enough enough county. What did I just call this thing? Check enough county food. I guess I could have just auto populated. Oh, that looks right. You need a county though, huh? And then we want, if there's enough food, then it does something. Not enough food, then the person does something. We like check for other things. we check for available jobs, probably. Because they're currently scavenging. So at this point, they completed their scavenging. We needed them to stop. We needed them to stop, check to see if there's anything else they need to do before they can go back to continue scavenging. Because right now they scavenge forever, and that's not. That would be the end of the game because the whole thing would fall apart. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break though. Um, where's my break timer? It's right here. All right, I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. All right. I was thinking a little bit about how this works. Oh, we gotta fix that thing. We gotta fix this first. Let me start my music that you guys can't hear. And how did this thing work? So the faction AI. checks for county building improvements. If it's not the player, let's put this comment down here though. Check enough county food. We need to pass in the county though. So how was I doing this before? It was just checking if there was enough faction food, but it needs to go through each county and do this now. So this was never, I mean, it was working, it was working the fact that it was never going to, it was always like the faction food part is now no longer useful. So this should actually be in the county AI. I guess we don't have a county AI. We have a faction AI and we have a population AI. So there's 3 different levels now. There's faction level, artificial intelligence, county AI, and population AI. We don't have a county one at all. I don't think. Going from my terrible memory. This doesn't really tell us much. You know what else changed? Is I need to move some scripts around. What did we change here? We changed population AI should now be moved into this public class folder, and that's gonna make things weird. Then we also changed the banker is now a public class. Yeah, don't ding at me. And well, I mean, you can ding at me, but so we don't have a county level AI. We have a county script that is here, and it just triggers a bunch of stuff. And we probably should do, I feel like putting this up at the top, but I guess it's fine. We should probably create a county AI public class. You're not going to open that up for me though, huh? Okay. Whoops. This has to go. And this has to go. And then this can all go. We can save that. Back on the county level. When was I having this fire off here? Let's go to our faction AI. Check for first thoughts. So this happens at first run in hour 0. So back on the county level, let's pin this thing. Let's move it over here. On the county level, we already have this. Population AI. Oh, I did put this population AI up here. I feel like, where are we using it? We're just using it down there. Let's just move this down here. And then we'll have hour 0. We'll put up at the, no, it's right here. Then we'll also have a county AI. And we'll do this at the county level. We don't have anything in there yet though. But what we need to do so this is going to be at the county level now. We need to have this faction AI thing. Check for building improvements. Needs to be at the county level. So let's go move this. Exit that thing. We'll come back to this. You need to be in here. We need you. You're not going to be static or private. You're going to be public. And we're going to pass in county. And this is going to go. We'll make a new banker. Then we can go actually county data dot. So then we just want to make sure this doesn't do it for the player on this one. Is there enough food? If not, build a food building. Check for enough food, county. If this is false, then we need to find a food building. This is now broken. We gotta fix this. Where's my banker? We can, oh, we can't save. Well, I can't save that. It's gonna be, what did I do with my banker? Oh, you know, it closed because I moved it. So back to, what the fuck was I just doing here? We need to find a building. Find food building. So I have this in and out crap. Out, a county improvement, and a county data. So this is going to be totally different now. So we don't know the faction, or we don't care about the faction data anymore. Because what this was doing was it was going through every county. But we do need to pass in a county. And I don't know why these are set to null. Oh, because this is the out thing. Okay. Chat GPT helped me write this, I can already tell. Then we have a list of county datas in here. But we don't need that. For each county data item in county datas, we don't need that. For each county data, if the county improvement is under construction, or if the county improvement is built, just get the fuck out of there. If its type is its faction resource type, resource data, if county improvement, resource data, did I set that up right? I don't know why. I hate this in my day job. I hate double checking my work because it's like doing the work twice. Resource data, faction resource. Oh, okay, so it's getting the resource and then it's getting the faction resource type. All right, so that's right. And then if this equals this, the county improvement data, we don't need this. We don't need this because we already know what the county data is. But that we don't know the county improvement. So this is going to now be returning this. What is this? County AI, first thoughts, county check for thoughts. This is no longer. So we have it on first run in hour. Okay, so back to our county AI here. No, back to our county. Hour 0. It's going to do check for buildings improvements this. So at hour 0, yeah, we should keep these in order too, like this. No, this should be above this. This should be above this. And we should put a space between these. So it's going to check the county level because we're on the county. What is this thing's problem? We got too many of these. Okay, so we're back to this. So this is check for building improvements. We pass in the county. We are putting in we're passing in this county. This is kind of convoluted. And then we're returning a food building. I wonder why I had this as not null. The county data can never be null. Wonder why it was it. I mean, I guess there could have been some weird reason. So let's go back through this. Check for enough county food. Yeah, so this is just counting the amount. And if this is false, it finds a building. Its out is this thing. Okay, so the word out is there because this is going in and this is coming out. Obviously, we don't need this because we know the county that we're working on. Faction name. Okay, so we could do this. County data, faction data. And I'm going to put this in here, another thing. County data, county name. Let's actually put this here, though. And let's put this faction, space, county, space. I can't read that, so we'll move this down to here. Am I still at like 200? I am. Wants to build a food building. So this is going to return, and it can return null. And if it's not null, though, it's going to do this. Then it's going to check if the building cost, but we no longer know the faction. Yes, we do. So for a long time, I was worried that putting the faction data as part of the county data would not be helpful, but it has been extremely helpful. So this is going to check the building cost. If it's true, it's going to charge for the building. And then it's going to build the improvement. And then we got some other shit that I just have commented out. And then we got this problem because we lost the whole level of complexity here. All right, this, even though we lost the level of complexity, this all does look sucky. I think what we could do, though, is this. We could say true, and we return, and then we can make this less of a pyramid. And this would go, oh, it didn't move over. I guess that didn't help with our pyramid. If it's the player's county, we just get the fuck out of here. Else, we check for enough food. If there is enough food, we can get out of here, but it's the same. You know, we can do. I'm going to put a note in here. Can this, you know what? I have an idea. Whoops. I mean, that is what I wanted, but I wanted to save that first. Can you make this better? This is, whoops. Oh, I don't have anything on my clipboard. Um, I sent it a blank thing. Oh, we put the banker down there. Remove unnecessary else statement. Combine instantiation and declaration of banker. It put these back in action, but that's fine. Simplified conditions check. Use shorthanded operators like this for checking Boolean conditions. Clarify print statements. Improves the clarity. Commented out code. Remove unnecessary comment to improve readability. I'm going to ask it. Is that the best you can do? Let's further refine it. Did that really do anything, though? Or did you just break it into two? Oh, we passed in the banker. Wonder why. Why not just make a new one? All right, I'm going to go with this one, and let's see what happens. Sometimes this is a catastrophe, so... like this can go. This is what I was talking about earlier. It will always put that back. Declare types and namespace. Oh, I don't have a namespace in here. No namespace. Oh yeah, I got rid of that equals. And I've been meaning to do that more, and I totally forgot about it. I don't like this so much. That's confusing to me, but I'm going to try. All right, we'll leave this running because we do need to test it. So we have this in the county AI check building. All right. So let's run this and see what, well, let's build it first and see what we've done to ourselves. I guess we haven't done anything. No major. Come on. All right. So how are we going to see that this is, we're not going to do anything with our stuff. Unpause this at 1 speed there. Let's pause that. And we can get rid of Nick here. We need to check to see if it actually... AI faction. Oh, look at this. It does it in a different order now, which is what we want. Oh, look, I have a colon here and not there. I should commit suicide. So let's go to the very top here. These are setting all of these. We could probably get rid of this crap. Space. We don't need this filling up our crap for right now. So we have all these getter setters go off. Those things set there. We added some people to some hero lists. You know, the one thing that Unity does have is you can click on these and it will open up the line it's on. Oh, except it doesn't know about the shipbirds. I'm going to leave that research stuff there. So it goes through cowlits. It's checking all this stuff that, well, let's check at the top. Cowlitz wants to build a fisher's shack. It's building a fisher's shed because it doesn't have enough food. Then it's checking what all the people do, which is what we want. The county level AI should happen first, then the people check. This person, AI 2, is building a fisher's shed, and AI 3. Oh, right, we're going through each county this way. Portland, it shouldn't do it. Wasco 2. AI 3 doesn't have enough resources. This all seems to be working. I'm very shocked at the level of how things are working so far. How well easily things are working. I'm setting myself up for failure. You're telling me that GD print is only, okay. No, I want that one. You know what, we'll deal with that later. Let's go back to this bullshit. Public, static. This one can't be static. I don't know why I test it. I just do. Just gotta test it. And then today's flying by. Oh, I guess it could be static. All right. Well, what is this? Oh, count. Oh, because it's only used in this. Currently, it's only used in this thing. This one, check enough food for county. This one, I think, this one's definitely being called from other scripts outside, so it should explode here. Yeah. Get rid of this. Add you to the dumb thing. Save it. Close it. Go away. We fixed that. And find food building is also getting called, but I'm going to test it anyways. I'm still only 99% sure about this stuff. And I was wrong already once, so. But that is not needed. We'll add this. Suppression file. Close it. Uh-oh. The suppression file has some problems. And then this is check for building county improvements. This is definitely called from somewhere else. But let's run it, and we'll fix the suppression file too, since it's busted. That's the joy of this, the way the suppression file is it generates more of these messages that I don't want. The whole point of this is to get rid of these, get rid of these things. Invalid missing target. So this one can be cut, and it looks like there's 2 of these. I've changed something is what that is. And then we'll save this. We'll go back to here. Go away, man. All right. So, back to our work. All right, so it should now, we're back to here because we had to fix all that higher level stuff. So it's going to go through each population in the county population list. If they're scavenging, it's going to generate their scavenged resources. The banker checks if there's enough food in the county. If there's not enough food, so this is where it gets weird. We could set them to idle, their next activity would be idle, but then they're going to have a whole day where they're idle. So I think we should be setting their next activity to what they do. So what we're going to want to do is in here, not enough food. So the person should check for, well, that's not true. We want them to check for available jobs. So there's not enough food right now in this scenario. So do we have them check for enough food jobs, or do we have them just check for any job? We could set them to idle, but once again, it's going to have them not work for a day. And this is going to run through every person. So probably we need to check. Huh? All right. So I got multiple problems with this. So we scavenge the resources, right? Maybe we should just have them go idle every time afterwards. So they'll only scavenge every other day. Well, yeah, it would be every other day. We wouldn't even check for anything, which actually isn't that big of a deal for people scavenging every other day, because it's not supposed to be like an actual job. If you want people scavenging every day, we'll have a building for that. So I think that actually solves our problem. It just make them go idle after they generate their resources. What was I popped this open because I wanted to see something, but now I've forgotten what it was. Yeah, we're just gonna have them change them to idle. They generate their resources. Oh, I know what it was. I wanted to make sure that our research ideas have scavenger's hut or something. Research ideas. I thought this is alphabetical. Oh, it was alphabetical, but then that thing fucked it up. Motherfucker. All right, let's put this in here. Oh, it was right there. There's get out of here. I just have Shaq, but it doesn't. The name doesn't matter that much because right now because it's not in the game yet. But we're gonna come up with better names at some point for this stuff. Since the county population only scavenges every other day, this would make them scavenge as a job, thus every day. What skills do we have? I just had a thought about. We need to do a skill check to. So this you were talking about or asking about dreaming about coding? No, but when I was falling asleep, I actually had the thought of, I don't think we're skill checking any of that crap. Uh, which just came back to me that we are not. We did this. We need to skill check. In fact, I think I got up and put a note in. I guess not. I thought I got up. Here it is. This is what we got to do. I guess this will be next. This for bonus resources. All right, but back to what we were doing. We're just going to make them. Do I have a way? Did I do this? It seems like I would have done this already. Next activity. Activities, update next. I do have a way to do this, even though this is commented out. That's what we actually want. Where was this thing? This is under work. We're going to put up here, or I guess right here, activities, except I want you to go like that. See, even IntelliSense doesn't know what it's doing. Update next. All. We need a county population. No, all enums, activities, idle. But we need a county population here. Yeah, I think we have discussed it too, and I think we've just that I didn't have it in my list of to do, and I wrote this stuff without any skill checks in it, which is dumb. I should at least just had it do the skill check and not do anything. But all right. So this is at the county level. It's going to go through everyone who's who's scavenging. It's going to get their resources. This is under work. Work probably really should be a thing. It's its own public class. We'll do that next weekend though. We got a lot of public class changes here. I just want to make sure that this is actually. When does this happen? Oh, I already changed work into a public class. What? Did I do that earlier? What? Check for building improvements. Population AI, where did you go? Oh, right, I moved it, so I got it put in a different spot. It went away. Okay. Go through each county. So population AI, go through each county. I know that's not, wait, I already put a note on there, but I'm going to rename it right now. So we adjust their thing. This should be called like assign, no, adjust population activity, check for work. I think I have check for any work, check for preferred work. That will work. Oh, except I got a weird typo in here. Work ticket. So I don't want to have it where you fail completely. I was thinking about this for a long time about skill for like work. You just get bonus things done for skills. So even if you fail, you just get the standard. If you pass it, you get a bonus instead of having it. Because I feel like would happen is nothing would be going on. Like I think it would be too. You could have like some really bad RNG. You still may require to get like to make things work. You might require to get the bonus stuff, like to scavenge enough food. Let's say you might need to get all that bonus stuff, but in reality, it and you would just if you had a really bad roll, you would just get the base amount. Um, yeah, exactly. So you can always count on a base amount, but and then if that doesn't work, we can change it, and we can be like, yeah, it's too easy this way. Fuck the bonus amount. Let's just have it fail completely. But yeah, I was thinking that it would be better just to have because in reality, in this, I was thinking about this. Like, let's say you're a cobbler and you're making shoes. The new guy isn't failing, and you don't throw away his stuff generally. He's helping out, and he's producing stuff just much slower than the person who's done it for longer. And so that will like maybe it should be a staggered amount too. The bonus right now I'm just gonna do a set bonus, but maybe it should be like the higher you roll better on your skill, the more of a bonus you get. Um, but so let's see here. So this seems fine. We have this happening. This is on the population, the county. We have, or sorry, not the county level. Workday over for population. Workday over for population. Just double checking that app. All right, so we have complete scavenging per person. It's going to make them idle. I'm going to put a note in here too. Once they have generated what they scavenged, they have generated what they have scavenged. Jesus. They are set to idle, so they only scavenge every other day. Cheap viewers. Let me ban this person. What was that on? That was on Twitch. Twitch has a real problem with this. Cheap viewers report. It is, well, it's many things, but it's a bot. And selling viewers bot. Block the user. Ban the user. It's like a 10-step process. There we go. And so on this, though, we should have a skill check first, and we might as well put it in here. You know what? I'm not going to do that yet. I did type, okay. We don't have a skill check for research, too. This can go up. I just put this on here. We put that right here. Near, medium, and long range. Oh, for like a mount. So they would have to move to the other county. Like the person would have to go to the other county to scavenge, and there's a limited amount. You can add to that limited amount though with the exploration thing, which we haven't even gotten to at all. Um, where the hero can explore. All right, I was just making sure I didn't leave any like weird things going on here. All right, you know the AI doesn't get events either. I don't think. Do I have that in the AI doesn't get story events yet. Make them get them. Especially the first one since it's free. It's free food. I mean, it's just like a test event, but um oh, you're talking about the scavenging building. This is a different scavenging thing. That's like a job. This is just um like people who are just wandering about. You know, we have to test this though. People who are just hanging out at the base, your base of operation. Um, and this is when they're idle. Only when they're idle. So all right, so that's fine. I'm not going to put anything in to make them do anything. We have a problem though here. The problem is that this shouldn't be idle. It's been updating with all the other stuff, but it's not updating when they go to idle or when they go to scavenge. So let's put that in. Finding a lot of little bugs all of a sudden, which is fine because they're not the catastrophe that I thought earlier. Idle workers isn't, I might have thought, I might even had it where it's set that the scavenging doesn't count. Isn't updating when people are scavenging. Right, which is the building. The building is going to give you bonuses and stuff. And so with exploration, so that's the next thing I want to do is do the exploration thing. But before we even do that, I got to do the ability to build equipment, like scouting equipment. Uh, Scavenging is going to be interesting. It's going to be very limited because it's running. It's going to run out eventually, unless you have somebody exploring. Um, but yeah, I definitely want bonuses for upgraded buildings. Like they're just the shacks, and it will just say in there that you have certain stuff, but you'll need certain equipment for certain other things like scouting equipment and stuff. I don't know if that will help for scavenging. I haven't thought about that. All right, so we have this idle here. Let's unpause. They should now be on scavenging. Let's speed this. Well, let's see what happens at the end of the day. I guess we can speed it up some. All right, there's 5 o'clock. See, this updated. Oh, I guess they were all idle. Wait, there's something weird going on here because they are all idle. Well, animals are going to be like a vehicle, so that's going to be a different thing. I think we got a problem here. Like it's working how I intended, but there's nothing. There's something else going on. It says the next day they're going to scavenge. In reality, they're not. But this did solve that issue. Who might select it on here? They got some scrap and stuff, so that all works. There's something wrong with how the idle's getting set. So it set that. So their current activity is idle, which is what it should be. But I noticed it like, stop that. At like 5 o'clock, it kicked off and it said all these people were not idle. Yeah, that's wrong. Oh, we didn't get any unhelpful people. Yeah, I want to do a tutorial on how to drag and drop stuff too, because, or watch a video, because I want to have equipment and people. So you're going to be able to add people to your exploration group. But that's like, and we're getting towards that where that's going to be a thing. Yeah, this is wrong. Count idle workers. Check work complete. Oh, look at this. This is wrong. And the new rule is that we don't set current activity ever. We only set the next activity. So if we follow that rule, we would get rid of this. And then we would also do activities equals new. Then this would be activities, next activity, update next. Person, though I don't like the person thing. Idle. So we're only updating the next. So this is construction where that's, so it's counting the idle workers. I wonder where we're, this is only in work. How much time do I got left? Oh, like 5 minutes. So I thought maybe I didn't talk about this, but I want to do it like Hearts of Iron equipment, like where you have that like kind of like this sheet UI elements of the different equipment and the different layers you can get to and do research for, and then like it has like a little picture, like it has a description and it has a picture of like the gun and the whatever. But I want to do that with a variety of like, so the finished products would do that, and they would also be used. And I'm gonna have durability in it, but not in the normal way. It's just gonna have a percentage of how durable it is. So your shit that you make at the beginning, like zip guns and stuff, are gonna be very, very undurable, uh, very fragile, and they'll fall apart more. So you'll have to build more of them, but that will include like scouting gear and stuff. Uh, I don't know if I'll do that. I'll have equipment for the buildings. Maybe I should, because yeah, then it would be another thing that would be used up by the economy. So this count idle workers was like a thing I put in a long time ago, and I thought it was and I didn't. I remember I was shocked that it was working, and then now it looks like it actually wasn't working. Where is it even? What does it even do? I guess it's right here. If their current activity and their next activity is idle, they're counted as idle. If their current activity and next activity is counted as idle, they're idle. Is that what was happening here, though? So they're idle there. See, it should have updated immediately then. Do we want it to be? I know why I did that. It's so that you're not getting thrown off by every time this person pauses. But this isn't a bad spot. Maybe we should have the banker be counting people. I mean, that's his job, right? Its job is to count things. Let's put this in the banker real quick. Well, I guess I'll put it at the top. Doesn't really matter. So we need a county data passed in. And then we just broke some stuff. Oh, I have this under work. Where is this doing it? Adjust their activity. It should have done that. Wait. Weird. Oh, we don't got a banker. We don't have a banker up here. We don't need this work thing anymore. So there's 10 people idle. For this, we're gonna need. This needs to be changed around too, because this is going through every county as well. This is some old ass code. This is banker equals new. We don't call this select county anymore. It hasn't been that way forever. We actually don't call this person anymore either. I guess I should be just fixing this as I. Check work complete. So this is also only going to update in the morning. So it's gonna say that they did that they're doing their current job all day, which that could be a catastrophe as well. I should probably call it a day though. We're already at 3 hours. I can feel my brain has been thoroughly used. Thoroughly. Let's unpause this. Everybody's scavenging except for these unhelpful people. And then we'll let it go till. So this says there's 10 idle people. See, it's still not updating, right? It should update. Okay, well, that had already happened. I'm going to just put a note in and we'll do this. Where's this idle thing? I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Idle workers needs to be ran more frequently. I think we just have to call it more in a couple of different spots. Convert. All right. So that is it for me today. For now. And I'm going to work on this some more tomorrow. And hopefully, I mean, I guess a lot of stuff got done. a lot more than I thought. Oh, let's push this rewriting population AI bank and work. We're almost, I guess we are done with that. All three have been changed into a public class. We'll commit this. I was thinking we might want to push this to main. I haven't tested it very much though. And that's generally what I want to do is test a lot before I push it to main. But all of those are now public classes. I mean, we haven't messed with any of this code. I was about to say we didn't do, or there's a bug, but it's not a bug because you are not an army leader. Yeah, I want to declare war. All right, everything seems to be working. I guess I should push this to main. This was the thing we were working on, was rewriting the population AI bank and work. I'm gonna move that up on my list. We might do it tomorrow. Oh, it's already there. Man, we really should start working on this like every second of every day. But anyways, that's it for me today. Thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you tomorrow, most likely. Bye.